You have to be a nerd. If you want to do something well in life, you have to be a nerd. And the sooner you realise that and you drop your ego and decide, okay, I'm just going to be a full nerd, I don't care what people think about me, that's when you're going to start making momentum. That's when I've always started making momentum. Every time I'll go through phases where I'm like, oh yeah, but I do want to still enjoy life and have people around me and stuff. But as soon as I go into nerd, people actually respected me for doing that. I mean, it probably helped that I'm fairly good looking and I'm quite muscular and stuff. Don't get me wrong, that definitely helped. But once you make that decision of, no, I'm going to be you actively say I'm going to be a nerd, not just like doing it reluctantly, confidently saying that, people tend to respect that anyway. And it's not about getting people to respect that, it's about becoming successful and doing what you want to do. And I'll just say a few stories, like some, because really it's a sport, it's probably one for me, is Michael Jordan. If you've not watched his documentary on Netflix, what's it called again? Hold on, I'm researching this. This is really doing my head in. The Last Dance. Oh my, that's The Last Dance. I'm gonna have to edit that period of pausing out. If you've not seen The Last Dance, then I recommend you go and watch it, because it has rules for success that apply to anything that you want to do. My friend who's not got any interest in basketball or being a professional sportsman, he watched it. He wants to do like property development and stuff. He watched that, and that was inspiration for him, because he's seen, I think it's almost that lifestyle that you get from achieving success, which everyone I think enjoys that sort of idea. But like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, who wouldn't want to live in a nice place and sit back after achieving so much stuff, sitting with a cigar in your mouth, just thinking about all the memories that you made, about how you done so much hard work and it actually paid off. That's quite an image to want to be. But basically, I'm rambling a lot here. Watch how hard Michael Jordan worked, how much attention to detail he paid. In this book here, let me grab it quickly. Relentless by Tim Grover. It's the guy who trained Michael Jordan, his personal trainer. He trained Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade as well. Read this book. He basically shows that how relentless they are in just being so attention to detail. That, like, if you go into search for any stupidly successful person, you'll see how much attention to detail they pay. How high quality everything that they do is because they pay attention. And that paying attention to detail is about being a nerd. You have to be a nerd. Be a nose, like they say in rugby. Go full nose. Just do it. You only get benefit. Like, obviously you get people taking the piss, but it doesn't matter. They're probably bums. The people who take a piss out of nerds are insecure because they realise that the nerd is putting in the hard work and going to achieve something, and they know that this is a deep-rooted belief in society that if you do the hard work that you will get what you want, as long as you don't give up. That's quite like a common narrative that people hear. So when you see people taking the piss out of nerds, it's because they got that insecurity. They don't believe that they can do that. And that was me at some points in my life, don't get me wrong. Like, I haven't been a nerd all my life. Like, in everything, basically. But once you break that sort of barrier, and here I bring in the philosophy and stuff, and once you become content with who you are, and you don't care about what other people are trying to say to you, they're trying to tell you, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, oh, you look like an idiot doing that. I was like, no shit. Do you think normal people are successful? No. What normal person do you know has managed to build himself up and make success? Nobody, because they're not normal. You cannot be a normal person. This is something that was drilled into me basically by my dad, saying like, normal people don't achieve anything. You have to be different. You have to be a nerd. You have to do the smallest little incremental changes. Where is it? Atomic Habits. James Clear talks about this 1% differences. I think David Brailsford, I think that's his name, I listened to a podcast with him on Diary CEO. He came into Team Sky and they made 1% increases in stuff like how hard this, like the power output of the cyclist, 1% better quality of sleep, 1% lighter bikes, 1% in how streamlined the clothes were that they wore, the helmet that they wore, the shoes that they wore. Get everything 1%, and that compounds and it builds up and builds. Just be a nerd. Get into that level of detail with something, and this is where people are going to start saying, because I would have been the same, even though I kind of knew what I wanted to do, is, but what if I don't know what I want to do yet? Self-improvement. You want to better yourself. You want to get better. Put this nerd mindset into your self-improvement. Plan out how long you're going to meditate. If you're going to start for 1 minute a day for a week, and then the next week you're going to go 2 minutes a day. Write this out. Plan this meticulously. And you build this up. I want to read 2 pages today. Read 2 pages every single day for a week. Then you want to read 3 pages the next week. And some days you're just going to end up reading more and more and more. And you build stuff up. I want to make a video on some like generic sort of self-improvement help that I could like, or like my main tips, but I feel like it's better to sort of create scenarios of like specific, like in the last video I talked about how I struggled to get hard having sex. This video I'm talking about how to actually like try and direct myself in the way of success. If I'd known earlier that you just have to be a nerd and fully understood the point of you need to be a nerd, I might have a professional contract by now, who knows. I'm not going to say that I would have, but who knows, because I didn't do that until later in life. Because I went to uni for 1.5 years and wasted a lot of time, which I could have put 1.5 years time into rugby. I had an opportunity to go to South Africa for some shit. The differences in being a nerd and doing something fully and wholeheartedly, start with your self-improvement. If you have to sit for more than 5 seconds thinking about what you want to do, it's probably because you don't know what you want to do. Do your self-improvement. Start with self-improvement. Even if you do, like all the videos I've done before I started this new movement sort of stuff, figure that, like, watch some of those stuff. There is valuable wisdom in all those, especially the ones on how to become happy. And then progress. And then you build and you keep building, you feel better about yourself, feel so much more enjoyable, you feel better, but you're more open to opportunities and things will come your way and you'll find something that you really want to be an absolute nerd about, a nose. Find what you want to be a nerd about, and I will speak in the next video. And catch you later.